Sorry if my camera looks framey. I'm a mess. I'm not gonna lie. I am a literal disaster of a human being the past 2 weeks. If I have dono-walled your message, it's because, well, I don't know if anyone here has messaged me, but this is to my friends. If I've dono-walled your messages, it's because I have been a disaster of a human. Just like sad and mopey and don't even know why, but I have booked my first therapy appointment this week. I've never gone to therapy. I've always wanted to, but I didn't just book one therapy appointment. I booked 2. So I'm excited. I'm going to talk to some people, you know? I'm excited. It's not the sock pee, okay? That's not what set it off. You know, sometimes you're just not in a great mental space. And I think just the past couple months, it's been really rough. So I'm like, it's all taking a toll on me. And I don't really realize it because I like joke about things a lot. And so it'll be like, you know, my roommates are like, how are you, Leslie? And I'm like, yeah, it's great. And I'll say something like, existence is pain. I'm like, yo, you good? And I was like, no, dude, I'm not. And they're like, why? I was like, bro, I don't really know. I gotta talk to a therapist, man. I got a lot of issues. And they're like, yo, you good? Cause like, you know, I don't do serious talk that well. I feel like I don't really get deep, like, very easily. I don't like to cry. I don't like that stuff, like with friends. It feels like, you know, so I don't really like to, I don't really like to, I don't know. I don't really like to talk about why I'm sad, or like, I don't feel like sometimes I'm like, I'm not allowed to be sad, you know? I feel like if I talk about my problems, I'm just complaining, and I hate people who complain a lot, right? And I don't want to be somebody who complains a lot. So I try to I just like keep to myself a lot, or I'll journal out stuff. But even to myself, it's weird. When I'm journaling, I have trouble complaining to my own journal. And maybe that's something I need to unpack. But it's like, even in my own journal, like I'll feel guilty about writing any negative feelings, anything that I'm like sad about or mad about or anything. It feels weird to complain to myself. It's almost like I'm admitting to myself that I'm feeling these things. So I'll like try to always be like, this was a great thing, and I'm so appreciative of this, and gosh, I'm so, yeah, like I'm so grateful and everything, and I'm so happy. I'm always like trying to like tell even myself that in what journal nobody will read ever except myself. But when I do type it out, I'm like, well, actually I'm not doing that well. Here's why. When I take those steps, or when I say it out loud to my friends or my roommates or anybody, I like say like, hey, I'm kind of not doing so hot. They're like, hey man, it's okay. Me too. And I'm like, oh, you know, hey, maybe it's not so. Yeah. So sometimes it makes you feel weak to say it. Yeah, I really don't know where it is. I've never gone to therapy, and maybe that will help me unpack a lot of stuff. Yeah, gaslight my own journal, exactly. Because it's like maybe my future self will go back and be like, yeah, she was so happy. 2023 was the best year of her life. Like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I recognize it. I'm not doing so hot lately. And just there's so many little things. Maybe one day I'll, you know, say everything. Bam! You know, a lot of my friends joke about writing a book one day. Like, you know what? One day I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna release everything. And I'm like, you know what? Do it. I will be right there. I'll retweet that. I'm too lazy to write a book, but I will retweet your book and I will read that. Yeah, you don't want to know. You really don't want to know sometimes. It's yeah. So I push it down so much. Sometimes it just festers, you know? It got and it spills out. Anyway, so it's stressed. You probably can see it on my eyes. But I probably will be taking a little bit more breaks randomly. Like I took a 5-day break out of nowhere. I'll probably be doing some of those just here and there, because sometimes I'm just like in the motions of things, and I just need to like kind of sit with myself a bit more. Talk to, you know, maybe therapy will be helpful. I recorded like myself just talking for a while, like ranting. And maybe I'll release that sometime. I just talked. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna talk about my feelings right now. So yeah, some breaks, and anyways, distractions are great. Yesterday I played pickleball.